This is Hernando linebacker and defensive end, Cordell Warthen, class of 2020. I'm Vaughn Sixbury, and I'm talking with him today about himself as a student athlete, his upcoming senior season, and so forth. So give us a little insight into you and your football background and everything that encompasses, this sport and what it means to you.
Um, the sport is an opportunity to go to the next level, and helps you grow as a person and mature, teaches you new ways about the game, and I learned a lot playing it. I love it so far. Everything's going good, having fun doing it, doing good in the classroom so far, and it opens up new doors and new experiences. Meet new people.
Okay, how long you been at it? Did you start just freshman year, or what's
I started actually sophomore year, going into my sophomore year that spring as a freshman, and I started off slow, and I just kept working, kept pushing, and it all worked out.
Okay, so you never picked up a football in a league before then?
I just played to my sophomore year.
Gotcha. Okay. And so, this coming year, and with the season given last year, what are you looking forward to proving most in your final season, at Hernando, with everything that you guys have worked for?
Me and the guys, like a group of seniors, we pushing to make it to we all been starting the first round of the playoffs. We're looking to improve the record and go over 7-3, because we've been 7-3 the last 2 years, and we're looking to go past the first round of the playoffs and pave a new way for Hernando. And with the good group of guys we got right now, I feel like we can do that. We just got to come together and keep working. Everybody doing what they need to do, and it's going good so far.
Okay, good to hear. Yeah, what's been the main focal point on that, and going to a deeper run into the playoffs, and everything that goes with that?
We got a group of young guys, so it's pushing the young guys. Everybody doing what they need to do, learning. We got acquired a new offense, so we're learning that, putting in new things, uplifting everybody, pushing yourself past the limit, and going 100% every play, and everything been going so good with that so far too. It's just everybody gotta stay up and keep going and keep pushing, and I think we can do that if we stay together.
Yes, sir. I believe too. That sounds good. And so, as far as that goes, what's been the best piece of advice, for your game, in the front seven that you can recall, that you've ever received or can give?
You mean like with me expressing to the team?
Yeah, sure. Like from your, you playing your positions, what would you say, and you guys, like you said, talking to these younger kids and coaching them up, what have you, most importantly, passed down to them, and vice versa, what have you best received that's helped your game?
Going in, go 100%, because with me going 100%, it can better the other person and just push them and make them a better player, and it'll make me a better player as well. So if we just go at each other all practice long, and along with the whole other team and other players going at it all practice long, it'll just make each other better, and each sides will be strengthened equally, offense and defense, and that can really help us take a toll through the season.
Okay. And so, this year coming as a senior, how has the recruiting process, been going for you, and what's been the main takeaway in preparation, in that realm?
Me being a sophomore, it started off slow. Me learning, it picked up fast. But me learning, it actually picked up fast. Going through the weight room and on the field, learning new stuff. But so far, I've been talking to some colleges. It's been going good, and I'm just working on keeping that building up, and however it goes, and it's going good so far. It's been a lot of blessings going on, so I'm happy for that.
Yep, we are too, man. Yep, you attracting some good interest, so that's always good to have in your corner.
Yeah.
And so how about this past Sunday? How was the BCP summer camp experience? For you, and how do you feel that these camp series that we put on, and camps just like it, best benefits you guys as a whole, who are looking to, take your game to the next level and participate in these extra, skill boosting events, in the quote unquote off season?
They help by building your smartness upon the game. It showed you a lot of new competition, what type of players out there, and what you need to work on as you go through the camps out there. And with BCP, this is my first BCP camp. I loved it. It was fun. You got to go at it, experience new competition, and it puts you out there at the level of experiencing new competition. And you can just go at it with other guys from different schools and meet new people. So that was a good experience for me, and I really enjoyed it. It was pretty good.
Yeah, what was your, favorite part of that and, everything that, came with the drills and all that good stuff?
Throughout that day, the most important part, I was ready to get to the one-on-ones. I wanted to see what was out there, see new competition.
See what you're up against. And
experience the coaching, because that's the most important part, really, about the camp is you receiving the coaching and all of that. So through the drills, you're receiving the coaching, it helps you out, and it shows you what you need to work on.
Gotcha, okay. So, how has the spring been, going for you and the team, and, what skills have you sharpened, or, things that you focus on the most about yourself?
For me, the spring went really well. The varsity portion of the game, we won 7-0 in South Lake. And for me, this year was just working on what I need to work on best, like my hands and my feet and my speed. And speed is definitely an important part of the game and what you do. So it was really working on my hands and my speed and getting better. Because this year I just want to be able to dominate and do new things on the field that I haven't done. And I just want to ball out with my boys.
Yeah, you already bullied some people out there, man. So, I'd say you're doing pretty good right now, but there's definitely always room for improvement, of course. Okay, and to switch it up a little bit, would you rather be a vegetarian for the rest of your life or never play football again?
Be a vegetarian for the rest of my life, never play football again.
Yep.
Oh man, I can't live without football. So
but can you live without meat?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a vegetarian all my life. No. It just made me a better player, make me more healthy. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah, you go.
Make me a better athlete in some aspects. So yeah, vegetarian, not that hard to think about.
There you go. Yeah, that's good. You got to realize the nutrition where. A lot of players have switched to that, so, how do you feel about that and, how they're going about, their, dieting plans and things like that? I was listening to Todd Gurley, and he was saying, since he moved to, L.A., from where they were, from where the Rams were in St. Louis, everything in his, nutrition and his overall health has gone up. Doesn't say he likes it the most, but,
Yeah. It definitely helps because you hear athletes most of the time talk about it at the next level. They talk about nutrition, how important it is, what type of toll it takes on your body, and how it makes you into a better athlete, better player. Just makes you feel better, and with putting that stuff into your body, just makes you feel different and makes you go in.
Yeah, definitely. Puts you on a different. Feeling in a lot of aspects. And so, how about prom this year? Did you go to prom this year?
Yes, I went to prom this year. I wanted to try it out since I didn't attend the homecoming.
Yeah. What'd you wear?
I wore tan suit, red velvet bow tie,
and
a white collar shirt with a gold chain.
Nice. How about the kicks? What were you wearing on the feet?
Just from velvet loafers.
Okay, so you got a whole match.
Yeah, had to.
Okay, and how about next year? Do you have a fit lined up next year? That you're looking to wear.
Not yet, but I'm gonna definitely find one.
Okay. When your high school career, comes to an end after this season, what are your plans and interests, going in collegiately and, beyond?
Well, hopefully I want to further my education. Most definitely, that's always been the plan since my mom is a teacher, and they always push me to education first. So really, it's me. If I don't get a scholarship or not, it's still gonna be furthering my education and pushing on forward, because you most definitely need that.
Yep, you gotta have a plan B, man. Who or what on social media is a best follow for you? What do you like to keep in the loop on the most?
I don't really follow that many people. I follow Jalen Ramsey, I believe, and Le'Veon Bell, because that was my favorite running back and my favorite team. He was on Pittsburgh.
Yep.
But they post some inspirational stuff that you look at. They show stuff that you need to go about athletes. And I think I follow Overtime as well, and they post stuff about athletes. And you get to see the competition, you get to see the quotes, and you get to see how people take the sport.
Yep, you can definitely appreciate, their journeys and all that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but you said was. So now, who's your favorite running back now? Now he's on the Jets, he's in the green and white, so.
Oh, man, I don't even know. It's just going with the flow. I guess it's going to have to be James Conner, because he's on Pittsburgh. But without Pittsburgh, I say Todd Gurley. I say Todd Gurley.
That's a good one. Okay. How about your favorite movie? You have a favorite movie?
Man, there's so many.
I know. It's hard to narrow down.
Out of all of them, I'm going to just pick one from this year. Out of this year, I got to say Avengers Endgame. That was pretty good.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, the box office didn't lie. All the tickets were sold out. That was definitely the number one movie and still is, so.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's really good, actually.
Yeah, I'm going to give that an 8.2. And anybody who hasn't seen it yet, I mean, they're not really a fan of it. So they can't really complain about spoiler alerts and all that.
Nah, they got to see it, though.
Yep, and how about your most embarrassing football moment? You got one of those that you want to share?
Oh, man. I can't think of that. No, let me think. I say, I've never been ran over yet. None of that. I don't plan on being ran over either. But
okay. You still have your dignity.
I say going against a lineman, it happens to everybody. You got a D lineman or somebody. You're going to get pancaked once in a while.
Yep.
I say me going into the B gap, and I went in and, flipped me over in a pancake. He got me. Yeah, I'll give him that.
He kind of blindsided you a little bit. I mean, hey, you can't always have it, 360 on a swivel every single, play. You got to be focusing on something.
Yeah,
Okay. And so, what do you appreciate most, with that being said, about what, head coach Kaz has, brought to the table since his arrival and everything that, he's rallied, this team with?
I appreciate Coach Kaz a lot, man. All the coaches, they brought a huge part.
Yeah, the whole staff.
Coach Kaz, he always gives amazing quotes. He always pushes you past the table, and that's not just with him; it's with all the coaches as well. We got a great coaching staff, and I appreciate all of them. And they go 100%. They want you to do your best, and with them, it's just going 100% in practice. So with them, me feeling the way I do about them, I just do my best to go 100% practice for them, and not just them, myself as well. That's with them. It's just been a flow since Coach Cal has been there.
Yeah, that's good. When I was talking to him, he was just giving me, the outlook and game plan, and he was really just, really passionate and excited to get things rolling.
Yeah.
How about if you're an NFL GM, what player would you have picked first in this past draft? Or, if not this draft, what college player are you taking in next year's draft?
This year's draft, I'm going to say, I'm going to say not Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa.
Nick Bosa, okay. Yeah, how'd you feel about that when, he said he was, kind of declaring early and, not really, wrapping things up? What's your take on, players, prepping, their bodies and their things? Because, I mean, let's be honest, it is a whole different animal from, adjusting from college ball and NFL ball and everything that comes with it, from workouts to dieting to, just everything. So, what's your take on what his decision was, to wrap things up early at Ohio?
I say he probably wanted to get right into it, the lifestyle. I mean, to go right to the next level.
Yeah, his older brother's already in it, so I mean, he's got to be living a little bit of it.
Yeah, and he probably felt accomplished with what he had did at his high school. I mean, in college. So he probably felt like it was time for him to go to the next level.
Yeah, I can't knock him too much, for that. He didn't really, leave out anything. So, as far as your career goes, what is your single most proud, accomplishment in your athletic career that you can recall?
My athletic career, I think, is me just becoming actually in the weight room. I started off really weak, and I just pushed myself, and now I'm benching basically in the threes, and I was benching like 115 first starting off, and I pushed myself, and really strength just takes a huge toll on the field, and you definitely need it.
Oh yeah.
So that's what helped me, and getting faster as well too. That's what definitely helped me as well.
Okay. And what was your size like? When you came in as a sophomore, like frame wise.
Sophomore, I definitely wasn't strong. Wasn't as fast. Didn't know how to use my hands as well. But it all came with me working hard and stuff like that. It all came together.
Yeah. Okay. What was your height and weight?
Height. After summer, I say I was weighing. After that summer, I was probably weighing about 170.
Okay.
Now I weigh about 210. I weigh about 210 right now. And then my height, I was about 5'9". Now I'm about 6 foot now.
Okay, that's good. You definitely did some growing, man. Good for you. And is a hot dog a sandwich?
I mean,
yeah, answer me that.
Yeah. Hey, I heard that question before.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's a sandwich. I don't think it's a sandwich. Can't be.
I mean, it's wrapped in bread,
Yeah, it's wrapped in bread, but it's not clarified as a sandwich. It's just a hot dog.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm about to say it's not a sandwich. I'm say it's not a sandwich.
All right, not a sandwich. So who is Cordell away from the game?
I'm very quiet. I'm patient. Respectful. Anywhere I go, I just do what I need to do. I think I'm a good kid. I know I am. I don't get into stupid stuff like that. I just push. I try and work hard as much as I can in the classroom and learn new things outside, off the field. Off the field, I try and learn new things as well. And it's just learning the life and stuff like that.
Okay. And who on the team would beat everybody in an arm wrestling competition? Can you vouch for yourself?
I wish I could. I wish I would give myself that title. I'm gonna have to give it to my homeboy Kwani, just because he's the strongest one. I had to give it to Kwani.
Okay. What's his full name?
Jaquan Spry.
Got it. Okay. And lastly, who was, your idol or, even just a player, past or present, that really opened up your eyes and sprouted the love for this game of football? It can be parents, player, whoever, first inspired when you were first getting into it.
I was first getting into it. Who inspired me had to be Von Miller, watching him play, how much passion he played with, how good and how dominant he was at the game. And also who taught me to get into it was worked with me, Mr. Fields. He was Coach Fields. He worked with me hard, and I appreciate him. He stuck with me, and he always gonna work you when you work with him, and you stick with him, he'll lead you the right way.
And where's he at now? When did you get introduced to him and his work?
I'd say about when I was in middle school, probably about 8th grade, maybe 7th. I think about 7th grade.
Okay, gotcha. And so he was the middle school football coach, or?
No, he was actually my mom. She worked at high school. So I used to go to her school at Hernando, and I used to be in the front office. I used to talk to me. I used to help me out. When I first told him I wanted to play football, he was right on board with it, and he wanted to help me work out with me.
Nice. Okay, so that was your first mentor.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and is there anything else, from people, the outside looking in that, you want people to take into consideration about, yourself and Hernando football and, everything that this last year is, what's expected?
Well, me being Hernando, we definitely are a competitive team. To me, I feel like we're overlooked. We're underdogs of the county and the district. I feel like nobody takes us as serious as we should be taken. I feel like they take us lightly, but really we're not. I feel like we're one of the most. I feel like we are the most athletic team in the district. Really, this year I feel like we're the most athletic, and I feel like we just got something to bring to the table and show everybody what we're working with.